Even though you're probably really excited to start something under the Sagittarius new moon, there's probably something blocking you or bringing you down that could be delaying actually getting what you want to off the ground. Go for it, but just be aware that your communication or way of going about things could be unclear or flat out dishonest. So if you're excited to get into what we can expect for this new moon in Sagittarius, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you are always up to date with what the stars have in store for you. Hi, I'm Maren, and if you're new here, know that I make videos on all kinds of astrology. I offer private readings in natal charts as well. If you want one, you can find the info down below. And I make music as well, so go stream my songs wherever you stream. We're going to get into, firstly, what this new moon represents and the energy of it, and then we'll get into what this means for each of the individual signs. So you can watch the overall thing and then see how it applies to you. So this is happening on November 30th, 2024 at 10:19 p.m. Pacific time. It'll technically be very early in the morning, December 1st Eastern time, and in other parts of the world. So it's the 30th or December 1st, depending on where you are. Really the night of the 30th for most people, in the US and all. So this is a new moon in Sagittarius, which means that the sun and the moon are both in Sagittarius. It's the beginning of a cycle, something new is starting, and it shows the beginning, new start of something for each of us. This is at 9 degrees of Sagittarius, which is in the first third of the sign. So Sagittarius on its own is a sign about adventure, abundance, exploration, and lighthearted fun. It's a fire sign, so it's about creativity and growth, and it's a mutable sign, meaning that it is the transition between seasons and is about adaptability or moving from one thing to another. So with a new moon in this mutable fixed sign, it's already something that's a little bit lighthearted, funny, adventurous, fiery. Sagittarius is also ruled by the planet Jupiter. Jupiter rules Sagittarius and Pisces. Sagittarius is the masculine version, and Jupiter is the planet of abundance and positivity. So generally a new moon in Sagittarius or Pisces is going to be a little bit happier and more joyful than other signs. And Sagittarius tends to be more about humor or about adventure than Pisces. So already it's kind of a lighthearted, fun new moon that is going to be more enjoyable than some of the more serious ones. This new moon is in the first third of Sagittarius, which is the first decan, first third part of the sign. This is ruled by the planet Mercury, and it's also associated with the Eight of Wands tarot card. So Mercury is kind of the opposite of Jupiter. Jupiter is about growth and exploration and wisdom, and Mercury is about small details and the minutia of facts and information, which can mean that this new beginning is flat out obviously information driven or project driven, but Mercury and Sagittarius are an interesting mix. So Mercury wants to whittle down the details and Sagittarius wants to expand. So there can be a little bit of conflict there with all the details needing to be ironed out as well as the big picture of this goal. This part of the sky and this card, the Eight of Wands, are often called swiftness because it's about a new idea that's developing very quickly. It's not really about the information processing or getting the details down. It's about accumulating all the info and then moving very quickly with it. But because Mercury is going to be retrograde during this, I wouldn't be surprised if this shows that you're trying to get something off the ground quickly, but there's things that delay it to a slower pace than even the usual things, but you're very inspired about it. Jupiter is in Gemini, the opposite sign, which is actually pretty good. Having an aspect to its ruler, which is the most positive planet, shows growth, exploration, excitement. Things I've already said just multiplying. So overall, it's very optimistic. You definitely have, a positive perspective, but it is tightly square Saturn in Pisces. So the opposition to Jupiter is loose. The square to Saturn is very tight. And a square to Saturn is going to show blockages, restriction, or boundaries of maturity and reality that impose time limits or rejections on this. Saturn is the planet of seriousness and boundaries, and with it in Pisces, it shows that a perspective, belief, or literal moral kind of rigidity is likely going to be in the way of executing this. So this is probably showing that there's either a voice that is mature and saying slow down, or there is something literally blocking you like forms, delays, paperwork, that kind of thing that is in the way. And it's loosely squaring Saturn. So overall, there's a lot of empowerment and also dishonesty, delays, and confusion because of the combination of those things. Mars in Leo is going to be opposite Pluto in Aquarius, and it's getting ready to station retrograde. I've talked about this Mars-Pluto opposition in nearly all my videos because I think it's the most annoying, challenging thing kind of going on loosely in the background over the next few months since it doesn't really separate or get that far away. Mars in Leo now shows that the way that we're going about resolving things is quite theatrical. I have Mars in Leo. I do not fight. I simply engage in stage combat discussions. If there's something with someone, we are gonna have an event. It's gonna be a duel. You know what I mean? I don't deal with anything whatever. I don't even fight, so I have a Libra moon. I don't fight at all. I just run off. But essentially, Mars in Leo is going to be more dramatic with the way that things are resolved. And opposite Pluto shows that there could be manipulation or like using of people to make things more dramatic or make things more just larger than life. People are making things way bigger of a deal than they are. It's not that serious. So just know it's not that serious, even though it feels like it's very dire with this. Thankfully, Venus is in Capricorn, which does calm things down a little bit, shows a little bit of maturity, but not that much. It's trine Uranus, which shows that the way that we resolve or have any sort of harmony is unique. We're like, oh, I can actually do this. So the solutions or the resolutions are novel and like not normal things. But just know that like it seems like you're excited, but there's some blockages and some dishonesty in the way. And you could be the one slowing this down, or you could be the one that is delusional and very, very excited about this. So if you already have thoughts about this new moon, let me know in the comments down below if you're starting anything or how you're already feeling before we get into what it means for the signs. So if you are an Aries rising, this is in your 9th house of foreign travel or higher education. You're probably starting something new with where you're traveling long distance or with something with school. If you are a Taurus rising, it's in your 8th house of finance and investments. You're probably starting something new with something like an asset, an investment, a house, a property, or you could be paying off loans or debts. If you are a Gemini rising, it's in your 7th house of committed relationships. You could be starting a new important relationship, either romantically or with someone in a business or legal sense. If you're a Cancer rising, it's in your 6th house of physical health and coworkers. This is going to show hiring a new team of people or embarking on a new journey to improve your physical health with treatment or a regimen. If you're a Leo rising, it's in your 5th house of dating and creativity. Something romantic is probably coming your way, or it could be you starting a new artistic endeavor. If you are a Virgo rising, this is in your 4th house of home or family, probably starting something new with a new home, a new family member, something new is starting with the way that you live your life at home. If you are a Libra rising, this is in your 3rd house of day-to-day routine, communication, and projects. So what you're starting could deal with mental activity or with day-to-day tasks like content or writing. If you're a Scorpio rising, it's in your 2nd house of income. It looks like you are starting a new way of making money, a new income stream. And if you're a Sagittarius rising, this is in your 1st house of self. This is about you, your character, your personality. You could even be getting a new cosmetic procedure and having something start as it pertains to your appearance or just the image you're presenting. If you're a Capricorn rising like me, this is in our 12th house of mental health. It shows something new along the lines of addiction, mental health treatment, spirituality, something private for your mental health starting. If you are an Aquarius rising, it's in your 11th house of networks and groups. So you could be joining a new party, a new group of people, a new social network. And if you're a Pisces rising, this is in your 10th house of career, which shows a new job opportunity or things starting at work. Okay, this is me later realizing I forgot to pull a tarot card, and we're just using the natural Berlini light because, sorry, I'm not getting out my bucket. So the tarot card that we have here for the new moon in Sagittarius is the Lovers reversed. That's interesting because under a new moon, it's a new beginning, but the Lovers reverse shows the ending of a bond. So it could be that you're deciding to start something which angers someone, and that is the disruption, confusion is that a relationship is torn or angered by the decision that you make to start this. So let me know how you're feeling about this new moon. I do hope that it is a good one for you despite some of the blockages and confusion. If you have any plans or any thoughts about how it's showing up in your life, let me know down below, and I will see you later. Take care.
Oh, but there is one thing